All right, hello everyone, and now welcome to Game 3 in this series between Zhou's Xi versus Zhou, who is the undead player right here. Meanwhile, Zhao XiXi is the Night Elf player off over here. I will just be referring to them as Night Elf and Undead throughout the rest of the matchup, as it has been a little bit difficult. Now, one of the things I always wanted to figure out is what happens if you use like auto camera. Does that actually work? All right, so auto camera, just following around. I'm looking at a ghoul, cutting down lumber, moonwells, or just ziggurats are being trained. And maybe if I just take my hand off the mouse and just focus more on the game, I can figure out and talk more about significant strategies. It looks as though we are going to be going into a graveyard undead opening, and I wonder if we're ever going to be transitioning back over to the Night Elf player, or is that just how it is? Nope, that is actually a crypt, and I will be turning off auto camera because that was rather annoying. Here we have it. Death Knight and ghouls are being trained. It looks like it will be a ghoul strategy once more. And will he be able to get a surround, a better surround than he did in game 1? The cards have really just been falling so perfectly for the Night Elf player in each of these games so far, and it just goes to show you how one key moment in these games can spell such a huge difference between victory and defeat. Ghoul now making its way over. Will it be able to perhaps catch a couple of these wisps as they're trying to repair this Ancient of War? Yes, that is going to be the case. And the wisp, now just harvesting a little bit of lumber as the wisp just hiding in the trees right now. Archer is going to be pulling some of that aggro over, a very common strategy, as the ghoul now looks to perhaps eat some of these wisps, or even perhaps take down that archer. Archer does have a lightning shield on him, as the ghoul is going to get off some experience. Oh, I do believe there was a little bit of experience gained there, but there's that shadow strike, and the warden will get his last ghoul. Ghoul will get taken down. Nope, the ghoul was actually taken down by a geomancer. So the Night Elf Warden still without any experience just quite yet. Meanwhile, the Death Knight did get a little bit of experience boost from the death of an earlier wisp. So far, ghouls are now trying to make their way forward, and is this going to be enough? Are they perhaps going to try to take down this renegade wizard? And who got it? It looks like the warden definitely did get it, as we also see the archer now trying to get away. The Death Knight is going to be able to perhaps get in front of that archer and be able to take down some of these units. There is that archer. Down it goes. And now the warden may actually get surrounded. The warden, no, does not get surrounded. Skeletal minions do need to pop back up once more, as the Death Knight does have a little bit of an advantage right here. But with no skeletons on the ground and no critters to kill, this is going to be a little bit more of a difficult battle. Ancient of War, is it going to get actually canceled? That is going to be the next question there, as we do see a wisp getting off a nice detonation. Shadow strike on a ghoul. Ghoul may get taken down, as we see the forest troll Shadow Priest now falls as well. All right, there goes that ghoul. The ghoul will get taken down there. One more attack. One more poke. There it goes. Meanwhile, the warden now almost gets surrounded. Gets off another shadow strike onto an unsuspecting ghoul, and that ghoul able to slip away once more. A mass ghoul strategy again coming in from Undead, and is it going to work? The warden most likely does have blink, and as long as there is blink on that warden, I can't imagine why the Undead player would even try and invest in a surround. The warden can just get off some easy shots here. The archer now just still wandering around, as the ghouls are now making their way inside the main base. Death Knight now looking to come back over. It looks as though the archer was able to hide. It looks like more units are coming back in, as the warden now able to slip through once more. Archer's looking to deal some damage. Ghouls fighting up against the warden again, as we can see that the warden sitting at 37 mana. Ghoul now down to 130 something, as more and more units making their way over. Ancient of War very, very far from being constructed. It needs a little bit more time, but the ghouls are trying to make sure that even when it does come into play, it will be low on hit points, meaning we may not see any units come out from there. Ghouls now trying to make their way back over. It looks like the Ancient of War will be completed, and if that Ancient of War even does complete, it looks like it may just get taken down again. Yes, there you have it. Oh, the Ancient of War down to 10 hit points. There it goes. And now the ghoul, this low hit point ghoul, will be backing away. Doesn't want to fight, but gets choked up on a sheep. All right, this ghoul may get returned back home. What is going to be happening next? Skeletal minions are now back out. There is one wisp still hiding off over here and another ghoul hiding here. Both sides are still battling it out. Ancient of Wars now being added. Ancient of Wonders and more archers being trained up. Ghouls, skeletal minions now making their way back around. Is the Death Knight going to get to level 2? That is the question. And if he is able to get to level 2, this story will completely unfold in a different way. Level 2 does unlock Death Coil, and Death Coil is so key at this stage in the game to A, keep your ghouls alive, and also B, neutralize and be able to get some easy experience. Ancient of War Mega taken down. Warden gets off a Shadow Strike, and now all the Warden needs to do, there's the Dust of Appearance. It is getting revealed, and there's the blink that I mentioned moments ago. And yeah, that is why you do not invest so hard in a surround. It looks as though the Warden may get taken out. The Warden able to slip through again does have a lot of mana. So even if it does get surrounded, we'll just simply blink again. Archers now in a little bit of trouble. Are they going to be able to get away as they are now taking a lot of damage? One archer may get taken down. No, it is not taken down as it is barely able to survive again. Level 2 now on that Death Knight. Death Knight perhaps will be able to get off a Death Coil. Yes, able to save a low hit point ghoul as both sides are still fighting it up. Ghouls, Death Knight still wandering around. Death Knight now calling in even more skeletal minions, and that Warden with that Talisman of Evasion really making it difficult for these ghouls to get off the necessary kills. There's a beautiful Death Coil. There is another Dust of Appearance as the Death Knight has doing a great job forcing the Night Elf player to blink away from surrounds. However, you cannot win games just by forcing your player to blink. This is not a staring contest, as the Death Knight now making its way back over here. Death Knight looks as though it may perhaps take down an Ancient of Wonders. The ghouls will be able to finish it off, but not before something else is purchased. Clarity Potions and a Moonstone. Beautifully timed, and now low hit point ghoul is going to be healed back up again. A lot of low hit point ghouls in the fight so far. The Warden could be utilizing. There is another Shadow Strike there. The Death Knight is not going to be able to save it as, there is a detonation, but it does not remove friendly debuffs from your opponent. Or debuffs from your opponent. Alright, that ghoul low on hit points. Is it going to get taken down? Down to 28 hit points, down to 29. 30, is it close within range? 31, and yes, it will survive again. Death Knight and archers still backing away here, taking a look. Ghouls going after a couple of these Moonwells. Moonwell may get taken down in just a moment as the archers and the wardens are now attempting to regroup. Level 2 on that Death Knight. It looks as though, yes, the Moonwell will fall, and we are now sitting, I believe, upside down in terms of supply. Zhou, XiXi, the Night Elf player, in a bit of trouble. Is he going to be able to get back into this? Death Knight now essentially out of mana as the ghouls may end up accidentally falling prey and falling victim to these low hit point. The ghouls may be falling prey as they are currently low hit points. Warden now looking to come in as it looks as though, yes, we are going to get to level 3. Fan of Knives, skeletal minions. Are we going to get level 2 Shadow Strike? Even more damage being dealt. More than double, I believe. Yeah, more than double, I believe, as the damage over time goes from 10 to 30. Alright, ghouls now making their way off over here. They are going to perhaps be picking up some additional minions. Kobold Geomancer may actually take down a ghoul. That would actually be a very bad miscalculation, as the ghouls are now looking to finish off some of these minions off over here. Things are looking very up and up for the undead ghouls. However, getting caught in transit as Ogre Mauler now being trained. Coming back around, Death Knight now looking to come in. Death Knight now sitting at level 3. Level 3 Death Knight, level 2 Unholy Aura, or Unholy Death Coil. No, yeah, level 1 Unholy Aura, level 2 Death Coil. Should be able to save up any of these low hit point ghouls in just a matter of seconds. Are we going to be seeing that heal in just a second as we now see Ancient Protectors getting taken down? Ancient Protector does go. Ghoul able to take down another one off to the north. Shadow Strike on the Death Knight. Another Shadow Strike on that Death Knight. Death Knight, what is he doing? And the Death Knight may accidentally fall at level 1. There's the blink and a beautiful play once again by the Night Elf player, utilizing that blink on that Warden. And now without that Death Knight, everything else is just Just much easier to take down. Skeletal or ghouls now gonna go ahead and get us around here. Is the warden perhaps gonna be able to survive? Yes, it will. Once again, able to blink away, going after some of those lower hit point units. Ghouls now making their way back over. Are we gonna see? Yes, a little bit of a kill there, and things are still not looking all that good for the Night Elf. Night Elf was able to finish off the Death Knight, but that is pretty much it. Death Knight now being resurrected, or will be resurrected back at that tavern. Death Knight perhaps a little bit upset. Meanwhile, Ancient of War, it could get taken down here. Troll Berserker now trying to back away, quickly going to get focused down. Troll Berserker trying to go after those Huntresses as the Troll Berserker does fall. Coming back around, the Death Knight still waiting, perhaps in getting a delivery. Nope, not getting a delivery of anything at all. So that Death Knight doesn't really have much of anything, as the ghouls now chasing after again. All right, here we go. Where are we going next? Warden now sitting at 199 hit points, able to escape. It looks as though some of these units will get taken down. There is a Shadow Strike onto that Death Knight, and now the Warden taking a bit of damage, down to 129. No Death Coil available as the Death Knight, where is it going to try and go next? Coming back over here, more ghouls still being added. Is this double ghoul? Oh, no, it's only off of a single crypt so far, as we now see that the Ancient of War will fall here, giving level 4 to that Death Knight, most likely. Yes, there we go. And now level 2 Unholy Aura. Alright, this Huntress is going to actually fall at the hands of that Death Knight, and it looks like no, it won't. The Death Knight unable to get in front of it in time to block the pathing. Still, Night Elf doing a very good job fending off anything that the Undead player has been trying to throw at him so far. Off over here, Wisp still wandering around. Alright, Death Knight coming back over for the chase. Ghouls, Troll Shadow Priest, and now we see an Ancient of War may get taken down once again, going after buildings instead of going after units, as we are seeing this Ancient of Wonders getting taken down here in just a moment. Death Knight, he uses Death Pack in order to stay alive, healing himself after sacrificing one of his ghouls, I believe, and the Death Knight will be able to get away. A Huntress does go down here. Unholy Aura is only at level 2. Then how did he save himself? Did he only have level 1 coil? Or he could perhaps have had a potion, as we now see ghouls now make their way in. There is another blink forward. There is a Shadow Strike, and that could be a problem. The Warden, now essentially out of mana, did try to use a Clarity Potion. The Death Knight now making their way over as a Wisp comes over to do some pathing. Oh, that could be a huge move there, as the blink does come underway. The Death Knight now trying to get away down to 23-25, and a little, another Death Pack there in order to stay alive. The Death Knight now wandering around, could be moving very quickly, as we now see that the Great Tree Hall has fallen. And wow, I guess I must have cast these games out of order, or they were uploaded out of order, but still a very entertaining game. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It was a best of 3 series. Night Elf did take the series, but Game 3 went very much in favor of the Undead. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening.